All right, let's just jump right into it. We are living in an age of just endless information, right? A constant stream of articles, podcasts, videos. But let's be honest, how much of that amazing knowledge do we actually hold on to and, use? Well, today, we're going to break down a system that's designed to change all of that. You totally know this feeling. You're in the shower or maybe driving or just about to fall asleep, and boom, this brilliant idea hits you. It feels like a game changer, but by the time you can actually grab a pen or open a note, poof, it's gone. It is one of the most universal frustrations, and it really feels like we're letting our best thoughts just vanish into thin air.
And is it really any surprise that those ideas disappear? We've gone way past simple information overload. Now, we're in the age of information exhaustion. It's that constant, low-level hum of anxiety that you're forgetting something really important because your brain is just trying to keep its head above water.
76. Just let that number sink in for a second. According to research from Microsoft, that's how many hours, on average, employees spend every single year just looking for notes and files they've misplaced. 76 hours. That's almost 2 full work weeks completely gone, just trying to find stuff we already have. That's wild. So let's paint a picture here. On one side, you've got that typical frantic morning. You wake up and your mind is immediately flooded with the dozen anxious thoughts. Ideas are swirling around with nowhere to go. It's pure chaos. But now picture this, a morning with a system. That brilliant idea in the shower, it gets captured effortlessly. A thought you have over coffee, jotted down in a second. By the time you even start your workday, you've already built this amazing little collection of valuable insights.
So, what is the alternative to all this chaos? Well, it's a concept called a second brain. Basically, an external, totally trusted system that is designed to do all the remembering for you.
At its core, a second brain is your own personal digital treasure chest. It's this private library of all the knowledge that actually matters to you. It's designed to support a lifetime of learning and creativity. And this right here is the absolute key. A second brain isn't some dusty digital attic where you just store old ideas. No, it's an active tool. Think about it. A bicycle doesn't just store your energy, it amplifies it so you can travel farther and faster. Well, a second brain does the exact same thing for your mind. It amplifies your ability to think, to connect ideas, and to create.
So what does that amplification actually look like, day to day? Well, it means finding literally anything you've ever learned or thought was interesting in a matter of seconds. It means saving your best thinking so you don't have to solve the same problem over and over again. And maybe the most powerful part? It means connecting ideas from totally different parts of your life, sparking these aha moments you just wouldn't have otherwise.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually build one? Well, the whole system becomes super practical with a really simple, memorable 4-step method.
It's called the CODE method, C-O-D-E. Capture, organize, distill, and express. Just think of this acronym as your personal map for navigating that daily flood of information and actually turning it into something useful.
The first step, capture, is all about a huge mindset shift. You've got to go from being a passive consumer of information to an active curator. So instead of trying to drink from the fire hose of the internet, you just selectively save the things that truly resonate with you. The ideas that give you that little spark of curiosity or a jolt of excitement. A perfect example of this in action is someone like Taylor Swift. She is constantly capturing little snippets of song ideas, a clever turn of phrase, a melody, a random thought, just in the Notes app on her phone. She's not waiting for some scheduled creative time. She captures inspiration the moment it strikes, and in doing so, she turns her entire life into creative fuel. All right, so once you've captured all these amazing ideas, where do they go? The second step, organize, has a kind of surprising rule. Do not organize your notes by topic. Instead, organize them for action. So this is the crucial part. You are not building a perfect encyclopedic library of every single thing you know. Nope. You're building a dynamic workshop. Every single piece of information you save gets sorted based on the active projects it can help you with right now. This whole approach keeps your knowledge incredibly relevant and ready to be used at a moment's notice. Okay, step 3, distill. This is all about making your notes useful for your future self. Because let's be real, you're not going to remember why you saved that super long article 6 months from now. You have to do a little work up front to find its core message. And there's a really cool technique for this called progressive summarization. The easiest way to think about it is like creating a highlight reel for your notes.
You just read through your note once and you bold the key sentences. Then, maybe a bit later, you read only the bolded parts and you highlight the absolute best of the best. That's it. In just a few seconds, your future self can get the main idea without having to reread the entire thing. It's a gift to your future brain.
And finally, we get to express. This is it. This is the whole point of the entire system. All that capturing and organizing and distilling, it's all kind of pointless if it doesn't lead to you actually making something.
See, the purpose of having all this knowledge isn't to win a trivia night, it's to share it, to use it, to build with it. Expressing your ideas, whether that's making a presentation, writing up a proposal, planning an event, or even just sharing a summary with a colleague, that's what turns all this passive information into real, tangible value out in the world.
Now, when you start putting these 4 steps together, something really interesting happens. It does a lot more than just tidy up your digital files. It fundamentally changes your entire relationship with information.
You shift from what you could call a scarcity mindset, that anxious feeling that you never have enough information so you have to hoard everything you find, to an abundance mindset. You start to see that amazing ideas are literally everywhere, and your job isn't to just stockpile them, but to use them as the building blocks for your own unique creations.
Ultimately, what you're doing is you're giving your actual biological brain a massive promotion. You fire it from the stressful, tedious job of being a file clerk, always trying to remember every tiny detail, and instead, you promote it to CEO, freeing it up to do the high-level work it's actually good at, thinking big, making connections, and coming up with brilliant strategies.
And really, that's the final thought I want to leave you with. When you hand over the heavy lifting of remembering to a system you trust, you unlock your most precious resource, your attention. You create this open space for your mind to be truly, genuinely creative. So the only question left is, what would you build in that space?